Welcome to Facebook for the Blind, your look at the downfall of Western civilization through the best memes we can find each week. Ladies and gentlemen, both and neither, thank you for coming tonight to celebrate another week of Facebook for the Blind memes for the visually and Facebook impaired. I'm your never humble host, Eric Sizemore, joined by my beautiful co-host, Andrew Teedy.
Leftovers are for quitters.
And coming in from South Canada, Quiet Michael.
Hey, Eric.
Also cool, Brain Damage.
Like and subscribe for the algorithm because I always fucking forget.
You're the only one that remembers, and I love you for it so much. They're going to have some funny memes for you when we get back. But right now, a patented, trademark, copyrighted part of every single episode of Facebook for the Blind. You know it. You love it. You know what I'm talking about. Say it with me. We're talking about the depressing. You know, but a little bit of medicine helps the sugar go down, TD. Hey, the Standard reports that the word of the year for 2024 has been revealed by the Cambridge Dictionary. Do you know what it is? Manifest. That's right. We've all been manifesting. What was really funny is I'm pretty sure right around the time they actually did this decision, we were doing this show, and I said manifesting jokes multiple times. It was crazy. So I'm like, feel like I'm totally got my finger on the pulse of the zeitgeist. So what are we manifesting? Well, some really cool stuff, I will have you know. This is a really cool clean energy place in Hokkaido, Japan, that's using these really sci-fi killer flow batteries. They're big world things from like huge companies, and they can store up massive amounts of electricity, and it's good news. And the Chinese are building some, and a whole bunch of people are building some, and they're all going to scale up and be extremely clean, excellent batteries for wind and solar, and that's some of the stuff we're manifesting. What else have we manifested? Tariffs. I don't know why. I don't know why we manifested tariffs, but the big news today was that the tangerine toddler is vowing massive taxes on goods from Mexico, Canada, and China on day one, which is amazing. I'm sure his people are cheering him on because they don't know where anything in Walmart comes from. Trump's team's running his transition team on secret money, which, you know, is a new thing. Again, we don't have a law for it. We just have had these norms. But normally the people that give money to the transition team have to report who they are. Not these guys. Nope. It's all good. You might remember, too, 8 years ago, it looks like Egypt just gave him a bag with $10 million in it that he threw into his campaign about this time. I don't know if you remember, but something like that happened. That was pretty crazy. Anyway, another thing we're manifesting is the growing list of sexual misconduct allegations against all of Trump's picks. I swear to God, I think on the like LinkedIn, application for the job, it says sexual offenders preferred. I think that's how they're triggering the libs. That's how they're doing it now. Speaking of jackasses trying to trigger people, this is something that blows my mind. Elon Musk, the unfriend of the show, and I think really the Skeletor of our Legion of Doom, if I may mess up a metaphor.
You may.
Musk has openly used his platform to boost Trump, attack his opponents, and shape the political narrative. But all of a sudden, like all those conservatives that were talking about big tech, you know what I mean? That were talking about shocking overreach, and the government is silencing, conservative voices, and they're stifling politics and free speech. They're fine with it now. They're totally fine with it now that it's their team, which, would lead you to believe that it's not about actually free speech. It's about power. So anyway, and I wanted to point out, too, that multiple studies have disputed the claim that social media companies were ever biased against conservatives in their moderation practices. Indeed, actual evidence tended to show that they bent over backwards to allow the leaders of the Republican Party a pass. So, yeah, well, that's what happens when you're really good at working the ref, and the Republicans are really good at working the ref, which would be the fourth estate of news journalism. Top federal prosecutor in New York has announced his resignation. Jack Smith, and this is the guy, by the way, who prosecuted Sean Combs, Senator Goldbar, Bob Menendez, and also I think he did the Epstein stuff. He got Ghislaine Maxwell in jail. So, in other words, like one of the most competent guys that's gotten some of the best criminals, he's going to leave. There's now a bunch of information that is saying that Spanish language misinformation led up to the 2022 midterms. So, looking back and doing the studies, Latinos who relied on Spanish language social media for news were up to 20 percentage points more likely to believe false political narratives than those who consumed English language content. So, they're sneaking it into the Spanish, I'll have you know. And also, this was a crazy one, and I really hate it when this stuff happens. But George Washington University and ETH Zurich found that by studying Fox News, that they had shifted the ideology and the partisan identity of Americans as a whole, on average, to the right. And they had distinctively helped Republican candidates in elections across levels of the U.S. government over the past decade. And by levels, not just the top of the ticket, not just the president, but the governor, the state house, mayors, local school boards, etc., all the way down the ticket. And I posted this, and my stupid libtard friends, they all said, "Oh, like this is news." And I'm like, "Shut up! It is freaking news. It's science that's proving that that media shapes people. Media shapes people and what they're talking about and what's going on. It's a very important concept. Hey, in other news though, that's like old school and awesome. The new Trump team is being probed because a top advisor has been shaking down people. That's right, taking money for jobs. And it's one of my favorite pricks. It's Boris Epstein. I don't know if you ever see this guy, Boris Epstein, but he just complete turd. Every time I saw him on TV, absolutely wrong. I never saw a guy who was so consistently bad on policy and ethics and facts and economics. It was just amazing. So anyway, Boris is like just taking bags of cash for power, and hopefully he'll get busted. I mean, it's in the Daily Beast, right? And then that's the next thing is that then the cops go and they put the cuffs on him. Axios reports that there are a lot of industries that could be very hard hit by Trump's immigration crackdown, where he's saying that he wants to evict tens of millions of people immediately, which is insane. But he says he wants to do it, so there's definitely going to be some weird effect from it. Looking at construction, which is already strapped, by the way. You remember how we don't have enough houses in this country and there's not enough construction? Yeah, 13% of the workforce are undocumented. So having them leave is going to slow things down quite a bit. Also, agriculture, where our food comes from, and a whole bunch of other things that it's just terrible. It's just so stupid. Please, God, just fix the immigration system. That's all you got to do. Hey, let's look at something cool over here in the Neil deGrasse Tyson page. If you're not following Neil deGrasse Tyson, you're missing some psychedelic photographs like this. Interstellar Inc. has posted this, the clearest image ever taken of Mercury. It's the closest planet around the sun. Look at that. And it's all stained in a variety of psychedelic colors, man. Some of those like craters are like gold and orange, and there's like
I,
purple in there, man.
I'm digging the hell out of it.
Yeah, man, Mercury. And Tom Hulse replies, "This new trend of photoshopping in fake colors to astronomy photos is annoying and deceptive. I understand it's supposed to somehow represent non-visible spectra and other weird-looking, arbitrarily added colors, but this is still fake Photoshop. And Tom, that's why we can't have nice things." I think this is why the number one song on Billboard for 18 weeks running is about malaise. It's Shabuzi's bar song.
Mm-hmm.
You know this, TD, because you follow country. I don't. I put it on. I said the number one song on
I
the Billboard charts is
no,
country.
I only know this because Mary is very happy about it.
And Shabuzi has like perma dreads, right? Those are some
Yes.
big, thick, honking. I don't know the word for those, but they're very cool. But anyway, this means that Shabuzi's bar song at 18 weeks is the longest running number one song in the charts 66-year history, tying Old Town Road.
Oh.
Yeah. What timeline am I in? This is what I'm asking people. What's happening? For some good news, man, Angry Staffer, and if you're not following at angry_staffer, you are missing out. Because they apparently were a staffer and now they're angry and they post great content. This they reposted from Alex Cole, and I'll just let you find it on your own. It's clearly footage of Don Jr. reaching in his pocket and then giving himself a freezy. I mean, he runs the finger all the way around his mouth. I have only seen this in cokeheads. Anyway, treat yourself to that. Angry Staffer says, "Hey Maga, any comment? We all want to know how you would feel if this was Hunter." You know, so some news can be funny. We always like to close out with a heartwarming animal story, and National Geographic does not disappoint. This amazing photo was taken by David Canales in Prince William Sound area of Alaska. We see a seagull plucking a feather on the back of a bald eagle that is carrying another seagull. And I looked at it and said, Seagull is trying to save her friend from the clutches of an eagle, having been injured by a dog attack. Despite the remarkable difference in wingspan and strength, the brave gull finally saved her friend from the clutches of the predator by chasing and pecking fearlessly at the eagle's back, which ended up releasing its prey. It looks like a story straight out of Aesop's fables. Now, come on. That is a heartwarming animal story to close out the news for November 26th, 2024. Now, as is tradition, I often hand off the show to my beautiful co-host, Quiet Michael, for an independently measured, perfectly average round one.
Round one. That's incorrect, Eric. This is a peer-reviewed, big, long, round one. Eyewitness testimony. Kicking it off with Normal Legs, who says, the name Ruth's Chris Steakhouse pisses me off so much.
Yeah, same.
Can you guys see my memes, by the way, as I continue to slide along?
I'm feeling your feels. I too.
Here's a nice picture of some nature stuff, and it says you can fuck up anything you put your mind to.
Hell yeah.
Living proof.
Yep.
The Hard Times News. Friend of the show, the Hard Times News. Listen,
hard.
If you're not following the Hard Times News, like
where
are you getting your Hard Times News from? They're reporting that the lead singer feels no need to tell crowd he can't hear them after they do a legitimately good job screaming the first time. That's great. That's great. D's nuts for cutie.
Yeah.
We're not endorsing that, but D's nuts for cutie has reposted this picture from Alvin and the Chipmunks road chip. And it says, why is she wearing a dress if she's just going to let her rodent vagina hang out of it?
Oh, shit. What? Damn.
Fake News Network, friend of the show.
Hey.
Surprising friend of the show, but a friend of the show, Fake News Network. It's got a picture of some blankets folded up on the floor next to a rocket launcher. And it says, everyone's been real quiet since I got this rocket launcher.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Southern style. You just don't mention it.
Hard Times is back, 2 in the first round. Opinion. If I had to trade my sobriety for one thing, I think it would be the ability to get as fucked up as humanly possible whenever I felt like it all the time.
Yeah.
True story.
That's just truth. That's just a fact.
And I'm going to do 2 more. Me eating at Bolt's Food says embarrassed because I'm walking down the sidewalk and a rat is just like walking next to me and it looks like we're together. And the first comment says, did you consider that maybe the rat is embarrassed too? And finally, we have Lily at Honda CRV the third, who says, I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus. Now they're going to bed and my stomach is sick and it's all in my head, but she's touching his chest now.
Oh, how dare you.
And that's all I got for round one. Kicking it over to Brain Damage.
I don't know why I fucking have a picture of Santa's chest in my head now. This is some bullshit. Let's get things started with South African MMA. Great to see all three buffers making a name for themselves. We have a 6 panel. First panel says Showtime Boxing. Shows a picture of the famous boxing announcer, Michael Buffer, whose famous catchphrase is, "Let's get ready to
Oh
rumble!" And then we have
yeah.
UFC with his brother, Bruce Buffer, whose famous catchphrase is, and then we have Netflix, whose famous buffer is the little buffering symbol. Cause get it together, Netflix. You got WWE coming up January 6th. We're not going to talk about what that's an anniversary of. Let's move along.
Oh man.
Weird and interesting.
Nice.
Posted AirPods from Temu came today.
Wait, hang on. I hate to pause. I never pause this show, but I'm sorry, guys. We have to have some kind of acknowledgement of the overlap of pro wrestling and geopolitics now. It just keeps happening. Just, oh my God. Okay, sorry.
I don't know what that means. I have no idea, but these Temu AirPods.
There are more than one WWE professional in the White House and the next administration right now. And it's looking more and more like idiocracy.
Yeah. Triple H is going to be the leader of the military-industrial complex by the end of the 4 years. It's okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to have it's going to be a different kind of NWO, Eric.
I apologize for the interruption, but thank you. See, I need you guys to explain this to me. I'm going to look up NWO right now.
New World Order. Okay. All right. I'm getting distracted. All right.
So sorry.
All right, we're gonna move on from this AirPod. It's a giant speaker, I'm assuming. These AirPods are fucking humongous. AI is some shit, isn't it? All right. Here we have savvy underscore hip hop underscore posted the meme of the guy texting the girl, and he says Lil Wayne or Kendrick, and she responds back, Wu-Tang Clan, bye.
Oh.
Good Old Days posted a picture of the old movie The Gremlins, and these guys Gremlins are rocking out. One has the 3D glasses, the old school with the one eye blue, one eye red. When he has to have to fucking get cross-eyed to actually see some 3D shit. We didn't realize we weren't actually seeing 3D. They just was fucking our brains up enough for us to go ruh, 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 and the shit looked like it was coming at us. They just fucking gave us mushrooms from jump. Anyways, it says, yeah. Did you have Minions movie when you were a kid? And it says, our Minions were the Gremlins.
Loved him.
That's right.
That's Spike. Spike.
Yep, because they definitely did used to talk like. Okay, so somebody named C. Gockel, I hope I never have to say your name again, posted a picture of somebody's stuffed animals. We have Cookie Monster and Elmo laying next to each other, but it says, my friend's dad doesn't know who Cookie Monster is and referred to him as Cold Elmo.
I mean,
Right. Then we got Star Trek Forever. I never watched Star Trek, but this one's funny.
Oh my God.
Here we have, who is this guy? Picard?
yes.
We'll go with Professor X. This is Xavier. Oh, my bad, TD, my bad. I need you to tell me who the other guy is, though.
Commander Riker.
Commander Riker. Okay, so Picard says to him, know why there are pirates in Kansas? And the commander other guy says, because Kansas is a landlocked state. And then Professor X says, nah, they all moved to Arkansas. Okay.
God.
It says Arkansas. Okay. I just like doing pirate noises. Then I have Dragon Ball exclusives. It says I don't follow them, and I won't. They have a poster of what looks to be Goku, but the cartoon AI face is actually of Michael Jackson, and it says, next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Oh no!
Kamehameha.
How dare you?
Shouts out to Sammy Carts there at Sammy Carts who did that. All right, moving along. Oh, my beautiful wife's oldest son, my stepson Javier Perez, posted ha 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 from Screen Geek. And it says, if you don't get this reference, we can't be friends. And somebody did a Sharpie, and they did the eyeballs and the grum face on the drink, the mad anime eyes, and the big goatee on the fries, and 2 eyeballs with a big smiley face and his luscious eyelashes on a meatball for the Aqua Teen Hunger Force Meat Wad, Fry Lock, and Shake. Yeah, I love those guys. I really miss them sometimes. And then darker side of the science, and some lady named Gracie at Gracie said, I told my nephew a watermelon was going to grow in his stomach because he ate some of the seeds. And I kid you not, he looked at me straight in the eyes and said, nope, because there's no sunlight, so you're wrong, and college has failed you. He's 7. Funny thing is, I heard a story about so all my siblings are at least 20 years older than me, so they grew up in like the 60s and 70s, and I heard a story about how when my brother was 5, they told him that if you eat the watermelons, the seed will grow in your belly, and then he seen a pregnant woman and was like, ah, I know what you've been doing. I think this is the last one for me for this round. Weird, strange, and I forget what the rest of that one posted. Dark facts, and it's a picture of Isaac Newton. I'm assuming because that's what it says. I have no idea what the guy looks like. It says
pretty good.
Isaac Newton discovered gravity in 1687. Before that, people could fly. Handed it off to you, TD.
God, I love science.
I like that.
That's good.
All right. Hi, everybody. We're going to do that thing I do every week. TD's often imitated, never duplicated, short round one, brought to you by the dumbest shit I could find on the internet.
Boom.
Let's go. Okay. I think, we are,
Wrong.
totally wrong.
Totally wrong. Totally wrong. I'll try it again.
Sure. Yes. Retro toys and cartoons. I don't know you. It's got a picture of a big red rotary phone, and it says, if you had one of these, you know the worst thing was messing up on the last number and having to start over.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Especially when you're trying to order a pizza.
Yep. Oh, man.
Okay, next up here, we got something.
I know, man. I'm trying to see which direction to go here. I can't see this phone. Damn it. This one? Damn it. Wait, there we go.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
This one? This one.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Go. We got this, folks. Collider.com. It's got a picture of Nala from The Lion King in that one scene where they're in the grasslands about to do something. And it says that look Nala gave Simba in the field should have been enough to make The Lion King at least PG-13. I know some kids had to go home and have awkward conversations with their parents because of this right here. That's all I'm saying. We were horny back in the 90s. Moving on. Furious Women of America just says a man definitely wrote this article. Because Rebecca Sergey reposts from CNBC that says, CNBC says millennial women are worried and ashamed of out earning boyfriends and husbands. And Rebecca's like, no one feels this way. Give us more money.
Rebecca's got a point.
Yeah, like, no.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Next up. Pot smoking atheist who love dogs, friend of the show. It says, shout out to my dog who will literally eat cat shit given the opportunity, but try to hide a pill within 3 pounds of cheese, and suddenly she's Gordon Ramsay. I am snuggled up with my pit bull Mavis, who I have to give pills to every morning, and yes, I feel this. All right, moving on. Shithead Steve and Rad Dad coming together here for this.
Hey, Steve.
And it's got a picture of a mid-late 80s family. The mom and dad both have massive perms. The 2 boys look like they stuck a penny in a light socket. And the girl looks normal enough. It says, when your dad has a perm and listens to White Snake in his Camaro, but takes time to put the Marlboro down for the family picture. Did I mention he's wearing an acid wash jean jacket?
They're all wearing denim jackets with pop collars, bro.
Oh, they are. I guess I didn't realize that. All right, yeah.
Jacket family photo. That's great.
Good Lord. And you know he drinks like Michelob. All right, and
I see. Okay, I'll take your word for it.
I know my people. This is the last one I got for the short round one here. Spill the memes. At Spill the Memes. It says, would you forget to set your alarm, but you wake up at the time you would have set your alarm at anyway? And it's a picture of Gandalf going, a wizard is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to. I feel this.
Right.
All right.
Same for Time Lord.
Yes, and that wraps up my often imitated, never duplicated short round one, brought to you by the dumbest shit I can find on the internet. Over to you, Sizemore.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Ostensibly the wholesome round, we might mention, which is a mostly branding and doesn't reflect at all on anything really, just branding. Brought to you by Pink Guillotine. Look at this happy couple here. Look at this couple. You can just see it. Look at his eyes. He's just saying, our marriage was saved by Pink Guillotine. Buy Guillotine merch.
Oh, good Lord.
pinkguillotine.com. Hope is dead. Chop instead. Pink Guillotine, pinkguillotine.com. And I blame.
I like that one. That was good.
I blame television. I just want to get it out there. Okay. I want to be really clear. This is a good one from Marshall Stockmaninoff. I love it when you talk nerdy to me. New friends of the show. Says this is special. We have a beautiful woman with a serving tray and a dish. She's wearing an apron. It says, people often ask me how to know for sure if an image was created by artificial intelligence. So I marked in the attached photo in the red circles some clues that make me suspect that it's a fabricated photo, although it's not possible to say with absolute certainty that this is the case. And as we look around the photo, I'm just going to zoom in here and get a little closer one here. We see a thermostat and the top of the thing, and oh yeah, and her hands are feet. Her hands have toes.
Not gonna lie.
Those hands are too perfect to be natural.
I know.
I don't like this picture.
Oh,
This shit's triggering.
She'd make a killing on OnlyFans.
I know.
Absolutely.
I think she'd be pretty easy to find. I think that she would have unique keywords. Anyway, I don't know that we've used a whole lot of AI in the show before, so I thought it was interesting. Do we have any qualms? Do we have any thoughts about the use of AI in our shows?
For it.
All right.
Bring on our mechanical overlords.
All right. All I'm saying is only if it's funny.
Dude, I need to find another AI generator because when I go to the AI image generator, it just keeps telling me that everything I'm putting in is against its like code of conduct.
You're cursed,
what are you
though.
typing in, bud?
You don't worry about that. You don't worry about that, TV.
Yeah. Moving on. Here we have just bold white text on a black background says, the fact that my entire body cracks like a glow stick whenever I move and yet refuses to actually glow is very disappointing.
It's bullshit, dude.
Here. Right. Here.
This one, oh my God, guys, go to my Facebook page and just look at this crap. This is mind blowing. I was following Kelly Mano, friend of the show, Kelly Mano. She does some really interesting stories. I saw one today on lawn darts. It was just, she's fun. I like her. She's talking about the Mandela effect. Okay. And this is, there's a picture here of Ed McMahon with an enormous check, right? Who does he work for, guys?
Johnny Carson.
Clearinghouse.
Oh, Publishing Clearinghouse. Yeah.
Publishers Clearinghouse. Yeah. Did you know that's not true? And if you look it up, it says it's not true. But in actuality, there are all kinds of people on all kinds of television and little clips that she shows saying Ed McMahon handing out big checks for Publishers Clearinghouse. It was on Golden Girls, TD. It was on Golden Girls.
Huh.
Betty White said it. And I'm sitting here going,
That's literally my biggest one.
okay, so here's what I'm saying. I don't know. I find this absolutely fascinating. Anyway, for the wholesome round, there's a little head scratcher. Craziness.
So theoretical physicists basically all agree that it's impossible that we're on the same timeline that we were on before they turned on the Hadron Particle Collider. And I'm not actually joking right now. Like,
Right.
I don't think it's possible that we're on the same timeline. I think Ed McMahon did hand these checks out, and I think it was the Bears, not the Berenstain Bears.
Yeah,
Anyway.
all that happened. That all happened.
I know that you have repeated the thing about the Hadron Collider before to the point where it's getting more believable each time. And I think in a couple hundred shows, I might believe you.
Starting a religion. You guys got to join.
All right, moving on. Dub producers, friends of the show. And if you're not following dub producers, I mean, where are you getting your dub production?
Yeah.
As a post here from Harris Pilton, says, I thought using loops was cheating, so I programmed my own using samples. Then I thought using samples was cheating, so I recorded real drums. Then I thought the programming was cheating, so I learned to play drums for real. Then I thought that using bought drums was cheating, so I learned to make my own. And then I thought using pre-made skins was cheating, so I killed a goat and skinned it. Then I thought that was cheating too, so I grew my own goat from a baby goat. I also think that is cheating, but I'm not sure where to go from here. I haven't made any music lately, what with all the goat farming and all.
What the hell?
Okay. Sage and Salt Apothecary, friend of the show, maybe follow him, I don't know, says there are quite a few German cards from early and mid-century that show a female version of Krampus, who punishes bad men. And we see here a demon woman in a beautiful emerald green dress, with a brush, a broom type of thing, and some gold chains, and a man in a basket on her back, and she has grabbed another man and is about to flail him with her big demon long tongue out. But, you know, doing it really very demure.
Mindful.
Very, very mindful.
Very mindful.
They're just innocent men.
I don't think so. I don't think so. This is early mid-century men. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would be stretched.
Anyway, we got about 3 more for my wholesome round one. Here we have 4 bananas with their arms crossed in an art museum looking at a man duct taped to a wall in a frame.
Nah. I get that reference.
This is AI generated, but I think it's funny and it made TD go, wah. Had a post from election night that I missed and I wanted to share it with you. David Mack at David Macaw says, putting on that 7 Fishes episode of The Bear to unwind. November. Anyway, good times. And finally, friend of the show, Mac. You guys remember Mac Ruby from back in the day? She has posted, I cannot post a caption because it's too extensive, but here's the dive bar I am in Indiana. And we see here the ashtray with a cigarette butt in it on the counter, on the bar, in Indiana. And Chris Embry, friend of the show, says ashtrays on the counter, always a good sign. And it's true.
Yes, to this day you can still smoke in a bar in Indiana. I do every time I
even
go
a
home.
Even a broken clock's right twice a day. You know what I mean? Indiana.
Exactly. Exactly.
I just wanted all the people in the other states to know the things that go on so close to where I live. Indiana, yes, Facebook for the Blind has been making fun of Hoosiers since 1973. And that wraps my wholesome round 1. Handing it back to you, Michael, for an irrelevant round 2.
So when I was in Hawaii a long time ago, I walked into this bar and I says to the guy, I says, hey, am I allowed to smoke in here? And he says, no, you're not allowed to smoke in here. And then he reached under the bar and he grabbed an ashtray and he slid it over to me. And he goes, and here's an ashtray just in case you need it.
I like it.
Kicking off round 2, the irrelevant round with Scrotum Phillips.
Oh, Scrotum.
At Mustache Toilet. and it just says I miss them so much, and it's a picture of the Sopranos. Except, TD, do you have any idea who this kid is?
I was like, yo, that's not the Anthony that grew up, is
I
it?
sadly think I might know who this is.
Ah,
Who is it?
I think there's these people online called the Costco guys. It's a guy in his 40s and his 2 kids, and one of them is like 8 years old. And he calls himself the Rizzler, and I think that's who that is.
Oh my God.
Were they just on AEW?
Yes,
Yeah, that is.
that is the only reason I know who they are.
He definitely looks like Tony
that is-
Soprano's kid,
That
though.
is also the
Oh,
only reason I
absolutely.
know who they are. Just in that AEW this weekend.
Next up, we have Trash Jones with a picture of my favorite Disney character of all time. That's right.
huh.
The one, the only Winnie the Pooh.
That's
Who is
that's your favorite TD's favorite character.
this?
Interesting.
What? Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
Is
So-
it because none of you like to wear pants?
Yes, but very pro
Absolutely.
shirt, anti pants.
Yes.
Winnie the Pooh holding a cup of tea, probably could be coffee, but it's probably tea, and wearing a robe, looking very cozy, smiling sweetly. And it says, "Me being a supportive friend, listening to my friend say the most insane shit I've ever heard in my life."
Hell yeah.
Josh Gondelman, friend of the show, Josh Gondelman, reports Attorney General Matt Gaetz has brought down his first and last sex criminal, Attorney General Matt Gaetz.
Hell to the yeah.
Tight. That was a tight joke right there.
Trash Can Paul, listen,
Oh,
the friend of the show, Trash Can Paul, and we quite honestly would not have a show without him.
oh my God. He's backbone of the show.
4 panels here. Frodo says, "What happened, Gandalf?" Second panel, "Why didn't you meet us?" Third panel, we see Gandalf standing outside of an ATM with 2 young, beautiful women. And then the fourth panel, Gandalf just says, "I was delayed." Ellie Schnitt is forever grateful this year and every year that my family does not do a 5K, play touch football, or do any kind of physical activity whatsoever on Thanksgiving.
Hell yeah.
Michael Candle says white boy stuns mother by correctly guessing who she ran into the other day. Trevi says, I've never contributed to traffic in my entire life. That's all on y'all. I have 2 more here. Wild TikToks. At Wild TikToks says, it's just a picture of this this like relaxed looking dog in sweats and jeans with his hands in his pockets. It says, when she calls you out for not taking enough photos, but you're a chill guy living in the moment. A lot of chill guys hanging around the internet this week, but I'm only going to share one more, and it's from Trash Can Paul. And this time it's Gotham City with the bat signal, and it's our chill guy, but he's dressed as Batman. And it says, when she gets mad because I don't answer the phone at night, but in reality, I'm just a chill guy saving the city.
Yeah.
And that's it for my round 2, kicking it back to Brain.
Saving the city one meme at a time. I'll have you know,
Ah.
when I was a punk ass little kid, Winnie the Pooh was my favorite too. But you know what? Fuck Disney. All right. We got grandma's old and crabby has a some kind of AI picture of like a live action robot chicken looking turkey on a big giant wrecking ball, and it says, "I came in like a butterball."
God.
Oh yeah.
And we got a laugh today. A picture of 3 turkeys out in the yard, and one says, "What are you thankful for?" And another one said, "Vegetarians."
Ah.
All right, here we got a little football funnies. There we have in the first picture we have a ham cut in half. The left half says West Ham. Right half says East Ham. The full ham is called Fulham. And here in the second panel we have a empty plate with a fork and knife, and it says Nottingham.
Oh my.
That's some football funnies for us. All right. Here we got damn it, what does it say here? Upside down of maybe, upside of maybe. All right, and they say Happy Thanksgiving, and it's a cartoon. Two turkeys. One is holding a crystal ball and says, "I see you surrounded by family." Well, not your family.
No.
And then the chef's circle has a guy at a restaurant, and he's asking the waitress, "How do you prepare the chicken?" And she says to him, "We just tell them straight out they're gonna die."
No.
Aye.
And then here we got Mark Parisi with a cartoon. Here we got two chickens. This time one of them has the crystal ball instead of two turkeys. And the one tells the one asking, and he says, "Will I complete my bucket list?" And the gypsy says, "Not yours, but somebody's."
Oh shit.
And inside the crystal ball is a bucket of KFC.
Heck yeah.
Here we have somebody that I can't read their scripture. Oh, sorry, buddy. Glenn something looks like has a cartoon, and here we have the natives and the pilgrims. All the men are outside playing football, and all the women are starting to make food, and actually they're cleaning it up. And they say, "I hope this doesn't turn into a tradition." If only that was the real story. Fuck those pilgrims. Anyways, yo, here we have can I find your, you know what? Put your fucking signature on your art, people. Some smart guy that did good art drew a picture of a cartoon, and there is a turkey pulling out of the oven a turkey, and he takes a bite and says, "Holy shit, oh my gosh, I am delicious." I don't know why I said holy shit.
He's got a peg leg, so the leg he's holding
Oh.
is his own leg.
Oh no.
Oh god damn it, TD, thank you. It would take the guy with parts of his leg missing to figure out,
Yeah,
okay.
we recognize our own sucker.
Nice.
All right, here we've got some pumpkins in the house. Outside the house, we have some squash with some weird eyes. And then Mother Pumpkin is telling the family, "Remember their family. We only see them around Thanksgiving." Here we got Scott Herburn, and we have Big Bird spitting on Bert or Ernie's plate. I always get those guys dyslexic. And it said, "It will be the last time Big Bird was invited to the annual Sesame Street potluck dinner." Everyone looks concerned.
Oh, he's baby
Poor,
bird in it.
poor bird. Oh no! And then they said, "Happy Thanksgiving," and they're all surrounded by a gigantic bird-ish on the table, cooked with the head cut off. But if you notice those legs, TD,
That's Big Bird's legs.
those are them. And this one's gonna be the last one for me. Dad Joke Genius says, "Just two lemon halves can liven up your Thanksgiving dinner this year. Follow me for more tips." And we see the turkey with two lemon halves right up on there on the titties, passing it off to titties.
I don't even know what to do with that knowledge, so we're just gonna move on here. We're gonna do round two, and not only is it the inebriated round, place your bets. It's also TD's holiday kickoff show.
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
if we got the right memes here.
Right.
Okay. I mean, maybe. I don't know. God, I don't know.
God, I hope so.
I just click the buttons that make the food pellets come out.
We're gonna kick it off with myself. I posted this the other day. It says rare photo of the time I crashed the first Thanksgiving, and it is a big ass Sasquatch invading the pilgrims and the natives, and they're all running, and there's food and shit. Yeah, that happened. All right, I remember it well. Moving on.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. You should see what I don't post. New friend of the show says travel safe. Says travel safe for Thanksgiving, and it's a dude at the TSA who doesn't look happy, and he's got his arms raised up in front of the security guard, just wearing a shirt of two stick figure guys. One's patting the other one down and says, "It's not gay if it's TSA." Do with that information what you will. Moving on in the holiday kickoff show here.
I think I might send that to my brother just to tick him off.
Also, back to back from you should see what I don't post. It's just got a picture of Kermit the Frog with a really weird look on his face in a grocery store aisle, and it says Walmart is giving out free turkeys to anyone who can outrun security.
That's punk rock.
I mean, hell yeah, dude. Turkeys are expensive. Moving on.
Kermit's punk AF.
Hell yeah. Next up for the holiday kickoff, we got Midwest versus everybody at Midwestern_Ope, friend of the
Hey,
show. And says the Midwestern urge to, quote, let's drive around and look at Christmas lights, end quote. And it is a SUV soccer mom mobile cruising down the street, just all the trees lit up and shit. And I feel this because I do this about 2 or 3 weekends every December.
Yeah, this is 40 years straight for me of this tradition.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I don't have kids, and I've been doing it for 2 decades.
You know what's cool though is I do it.
I didn't have kids 40 years ago.
Now I'm doing it with the Halloween rounds, and whoever does up Halloween generally has a pretty good Christmas. So we got a little route now.
Gotcha.
Smart.
I mean, not inaccurate.
Yeah.
Not
We have a
inaccurate.
replica of the Christmas Vacation house here in Hastings.
Mm.
No kidding.
They got one. They got one in Muhammad too.
It's great. Yeah.
That's
That's awesome. Moving on.
Hey, Kermit.
Kermit once again. This was posted by Dank Memes Melt Steel Beams, friend of the show. And it's back. It's backstage of the Muppet Show, and Kermit looking stressed as fuck. And it says Thanksgiving and Christmas need to slow down. I only got $7. I feel this.
Right.
Yup. And that's what, man, he worked in the theater, and you know what they say in the theater, man? Always take your wallet on stage.
No shit. Moving on.
But see, he ain't got no pockets.
No, because he's a frog. Pot smoking atheists who love dogs, friend of the show. And it just says Campbell's don't fuck around. And it's a picture of 2 guys, and they got a little kid in between them. They're all sitting around the table eating soup. And Kim Spears Cook, douchebag of the show from Henderson, Tennessee, it says directly to Campbell's, your new commercial with the 2 dads makes me sick. And Campbell's customer service says, hi, Kim. If you're feeling sick, we suggest enjoy a delicious can of Campbell's chicken noodle soup. Make sure you enjoy it hot so it can help warm up your cold, dead heart. Hell yeah, Campbell's. Hell yeah.
Very cool.
All right, moving on. And finally, wrapping up the holiday kickoff show here. Friend of the show, Miss Ashhole says, looks like Santa got my list. And it is Santa Claus standing in the aisle of a liquor store, just checking out bottles of stuff. And yep.
He's got his list. He's doing it twice.
I would like some scotch on ice. All right, moving on.
Judging from the angle, he's shopping on price.
Oh yeah, he's down. Yeah, he's totally got shelf shit. All right, and that's all I got for round 2, the inebriated round because I was, and the holiday kickoff show. Over to you, Sizemore.
All righty, now into the irascible round 2, the interstitial round, the irrevocable. I don't remember what you know what it is. It's round 2, brought to you by Pink Guillotine, pinkguillotine.com. Send us your money and buy guillotine merchandise. Visit pinkguillotine.com. Join the resistance. Kitty's Memes and Things, friend of the show, has a picture here of 2 billionaires, one of whom jumping in the air like a moron with a t-shirt on that says something about Mars. Anyway, it says 2 men who together have 17 children with 6 different women preaching about traditional families. Now imagine that was a woman.
Oh my God.
I know. I keep thinking to myself, I'm just like, what if Kamala had like 3 outside children and 3 husbands and kiss my ass? Anyway, yeah, that one made my mom pause. That was kind of fun. Hey, I want to get in on all the religious folks because we have the MMS Bible verse of the day from the Marginal Mennonite Society, and this is a post from Not Today Theism, and it's got an old woodcut picture of a very violent scene and a quote from the Psalms. It says, "Happy is the one who seizes your infants and dashes them against the rocks." Psalms 137:9 NIV. That's the New International Version. It's the,
Actually, very familiar with that scripture.
yeah. Well, but, I mean, I
That's
thought
a real
this,
one. That's a real one.
yeah. Well, I was thinking maybe for this year's Christmas card, maybe that would be a good verse.
I just want everybody to know that the city
I
of
don't
Hastings,
hate it.
Minnesota predates the city of Hastings, Nebraska by like almost 20 years.
I've been laughing my butt off in silence of you guys going back and forth on that.
Next up, Feminist News has this picture of a woman who's taking a selfie. She's wearing a nice little black cocktail dress here. Got an iPhone in front of her face and got some sticky notes on the mirror. And her name is apparently Melina at Bioengineeric Mel. Says,
Okay.
"My body, his choice." Pretty controversial statement there. And Kira at Kettle Vinyl responds, "She needs a sticky note on her mirror to remind her to think." Yeah.
I don't
Moving
know.
on. What?
Here, just hear me out. Next meme.
All right, moving on. This is pretty important fact, I think, since the richest man in the world is, thinks that he's co-presidenting coming up here. Mike Masnick has reposted Kieran Healy, who says, "Really just an amazing image." And this is a poster boy. It's a graph from The Economist spanning 2014 to 2024, 10-year period in Elon Musk's Twitter posts. And we can see that once he bought Twitter, his tweeting increased exponentially. And now we look into, 2022 to 2024 presently. It is almost solid red. Do you see these posts? That little tiny fuzzy band of squiggly white there in the middle around 6 a.m. is when he's not tweeting. Do you understand the implications of that?
Oh
And
my.
Kieran Healy says, "Really just an amazing image of somebody losing their mind and presumably doing a lot of drugs." One of the top commenters that I found, Peter Raven Rasmussen, commented, "This graph provides some insight into just how mentally and physically unhealthy Elon is. Such a level of online activity is unsustainable without stimulants, and the level of stimulant usage indicated here is not physically sustainable. Indeed, Musk has admitted to using ketamine. However, as E.W. Niedermeyer points out on Blue Sky, this admission is likely a limited hangout, which is admitting to something in order to avoid admitting to something worse. It is likely he has much more serious stimulant usage issues that are not being reported. Finally, I suspect that Musk will solve our Musk problem for us." Too dark? Anyway.
That was just a lot of information, man.
Well, dude, look at this solid red. You
I
cannot
can see it.
stay ripped and tweeting for that long. Each little red dot is just woo. Moneyless Society has this post from The Simpsons, and we have, oh my goodness, Mr. Burns' assistant, Smithers, and he is forcing somebody. He's patting someone on the back and sort of forcing him out a door with a gun to his back, which has been blanked out because Facebook doesn't like that. And the man being forced out is called Workers, and Smithers is labeled "a system that requires obedience on pain of homelessness and starvation." That's it. Big smile. Everybody's happy. I liked it. Friend of the show, Dr. David Gill, has posted this one from We Bring the News. Says, from 1659 to 1681, the Puritans outlawed the celebration of Christmas in Massachusetts. They hated its pagan roots and excess, meaning that the only group to ever ban Christmas in America was Christians.
Hell yeah. We're the best at being the worst, man.
1-0, still kicking. The best and worst of Twitter too has this little exchange. Dongo at Dongo. Actually, don't worry about it. Doesn't matter. He says, "International Men's Day. Silence. Not shocked." And Gatissa Jude 33563 says, "Did you think women were going to organize it for you?"
just don't, have a lot to say. Honestly, if I could organize an International Men's Day, I would just want everybody to shut the fuck up.
All right.
Yeah.
I got no problem with that. What's he complaining for?
Yeah. Oh my God, that is exactly how you would wish. Happy
Little
International
goddamn
Men's
piece
Day.
of
to
quiet
everyone.
wouldn't hurt us at all.
Yeah, you passed your brothers in the street, you would just not say Happy International Men's Day.
Oh, no.
You wouldn't
Right.
even look at them or acknowledge them. You just keep going.
Didn't say
Listen,
anything at
first
all.
rule of International Men's Day. You
We
don't
do
talk
not.
about International Men's Day.
Yes.
I like it, guys. We're gonna kick off this tradition. This is good.
I can't wait for next year. I'm telling you
So
right
good.
now, I'm already counting down the days. It's going to be awesome. Nobody's going to
Amazing.
notice at all. I fucking love it.
Oh my God, I'm so looking forward to not talking about this.
Me too.
Nothing is going to get better. Friend of the show, Nothing is going to get better, has this post from Nicola at Nick Tailored. Says, it is so cool how they made an instrument to check if the rich are made of cake. It's a guillotine.
I never thought of it that way.
Brought to you by Guillotine Life, your magazine and men's journal of the guillotine life. Check out TD's Hawaiian shirts, Guillotine Life. Just some seagulls in the background on a sunset.
Just because I have a penchant for bright floral patterned shirts.
And I too as well, and a penchant for the Guillotine Life. Also brought to you by Smokey the Bear. Smokey says, resist.
Yeah.
Another Mandela. It was never Smokey the Bear. It's just Smokey Bear, sir.
Oh my God. This is why we can't have nice things.
All right.
And that has been my interstitial round 2. Handing it back to you, Quiet Mike.
All right, kicking off round 3, the penultimate round, and at the end of this round, you will also get my post with the most.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Kicking off round 3 from the one true Hastings, we're starting with Kira at Kira Miss. She's got this text conversation. The first person says, "Big dick's in his brother's bum."
Ooh.
And then he corrects it with cat. The other person says, "What?" Which word is supposed to be cat?
No shit. There's no good answer.
Not a single one.
No, any way you read this, it's bad.
This is my new favorite word game.
Wise blood has a picture of this is what it like from a application. It's a question from an application, and it says, "Tell me a story from your childhood that has shaped your values." Wise blood says, "I just want an internship, man." Sophie at Netcap Girl says, "If you're not happy single, you won't be happy in a relationship. True happiness comes from building dashboards that give executives deeper insights into critical business functions." Vivid Void says, "We are all just the universe, gaining actionable insight into our own unstructured data." And Sophie says, "Wow." So I've ended up in like some sort of purgatory of parody business school Twitter, and it is fucking hilarious. Here we have a picture of some massive skeleton alien walking over a burning city.
Whoa.
Just like the absolute apocalypse. And somebody says, "What are you doing in this situation?" Chase says, "Upholding our core values and ensuring increasing revenue for our key shareholders."
Oh my God. I'm gonna love putting that guy in the
And my last meme for the penultimate round, followed by my post with the most, is Trash Can Paul, friend of the fucking show, Trash Can Paul, keeping it nasty. Here we have a picture of a guy on top of a mountain lifting his sword up like he's He-Man, and it says, "Point of view, how I feel after pulling more money out of the ATM to defeat the evil blackjack dealer."
Yeah. Oh, I've been
And
there.
finally, my post with the most this week. Don't know who did it, but it's a Mothman sighting. And TD, tell us about this Mothman sighting, please.
It is Mothman standing on the side of the road. There's a person near the Mothman doing like a thumbs up. by a truck. It's dark. Mothman's looking over his shoulder. Eyes are glowing. And the Mothman, of course, is absolutely caked the fuck up with a massive ass. Just thunder cheeks.
Almost makes you wonder what the Mothman's on about.
Ah,
With an ass like that, why is he so bothered? Anyway, that's it for me. I gotta go. Love you, boys, and I love you, George.
Bye, dude.
Damn, made me wish I didn't save all my Godzilla memes, because in Spanish, the A means girl. So Mothra, duh, she's caked up. Get out of here. All right. Funny memes only. Posted, if I ever use a thumbs up, this is what I mean. And it looks like probably Peter Griffin's hand. And it shows him doing a thumbs up. But on his thumb, there is a new hand with a middle finger flipped up.
Yes.
So this, and you'll probably need this one for this next one if you get offended. I didn't write the book. A sense of humor, and I forgot to remember what the rest of that one reads. Says, when you find an old book cleaning out your parents' old place, and you were an only child, LOL, and this old beat up hardback book is labeled from someone named Kirk Johnson, Educating the Retarded Child.
Oh,
God.
Okay.
Yeah. The fucked up thing about it is, I wonder if Trump had this book banned. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. That was probably when he let slide. Fucking jerk.
It was just a
And,
little while ago. That was a common word, man.
it's terrible that Michael had to get off before I backed up his CERN stuff. So we have power AI and technology. Put physicists at CERN have mapped out elusive four-dimensional magnetic resonance in the superparton synchrotron. The goddamn collider thing, okay, Eric?
Yeah.
And they're saying it's a phantom fucking particle that's definitely from the fourth dimension, and it's a ghost-like structure that it alters the route of the particle, just basically proving that we live in the multi-dimensional, and ghosts and aliens and shit like that could just be shit that lives in higher dimensions than us that we don't have access to, and that's why we can't fucking
Send me that meme.
All right, yeah, I need you to do the research to see if it's real or if
I'll do
somebody
it,
just
I'll
made
do it,
that
I'll
up
do
on
it.
AI.
I haven't imbibed enough for that to make sense.
Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow after some coffee.
Yeah. The 90s, though, posted a picture of Samuel L. Jackson in the movie Pulp Fiction, I think it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And looking back, very, very with his eyes squinted, looking back, and it says, "Me, catch you later, alligator. Friend, after while, crocodile. Me, after supper." And then we show Samuel's face, and we know he's gonna say,
Yeah.
"Motherfucker!"
Yeah.
How amazing is it to be associated with one word?
Yes, and then
So well.
the nostalgia from saying this with your friends back in like the 4th grade or 5th grade,
Oh, yeah.
and just being like,
iguana.
and just and I just was coming from Hawaii, so I still probably had my little pigeon accent. You know what I mean? Just I can cuss in too, brother. You know what I mean? I can cuss in too.
Nice.
Somebody named Chris Cairolo. I don't know how to fucking say that.
Charlo? I said Charlo.
All right, they posted, wife, you got kicked out of the Hobby Lobby for dipping your testicles in the glitter? Husband, pretty nuts, huh?
Ah!
Here we've got Dad's best joke, and we got a tube panel that says Boeing 747, and it has a picture of Boeing 747. Then it says one that says Boeing 747, and we've got a spring in the middle. Boing.
I think we all thought that as children when we heard about Boeing planes. It was like, are they made of rubber? Is that
Okay, so the thing is, Eric, I did not. So 747. So when I was in Hawaii growing up, 747s, I didn't even fucking know it was a plane. Okay, because
Oh.
that's what we called them big ass flying cockroaches. They're fucking everywhere. You gotta fucking swat these motherfuckers out the airplane. This is the good that my pops is trying to teach me kung fu at a young. You know what I mean? It was. Yeah, so when I heard Boeing 747, I was like, oh no, y'all got flying roaches out here too. No, this is some bullshit. Okay.
Yep. No,
Here we
flying
have,
roaches. I concur. Terrible.
yeah. Here we have King Gup, who is one of my brothers from another mother. Shouts out to him.
Hey.
He just posted. I think he took a picture of somebody just wrote some graffiti on the side of like a fence somewhere, and it says every president is a war criminal, and it was from somebody named at Radical Graffiti. Radical Graffiti there.
I agree with radical graffiti.
Yep. Put them in the guillotines.
Yes.
Dark Side of Science has a picture of a very, very cute little fuzzy spider. He's got the two big bubble eyes, two eyes on the side, and maybe some more eyes there somewhere. I'm sure spiders have more eyes than four, even though that's what they used to call me when I wear my glasses. Anyways, it says, what if the spider you killed in your home had spent his entire life thinking that you were his roommate? You ever thought about that? No. You only think about yourself. Yeah, and here we've got. I think this one said, yeah, in your face cake has what is this? 4 panel, 3 panel, something like that. 3 panel, and here we have a guy. He rubs the lamp. Genie pops out. Genie says, "You get 3 wishes." He says, "I want to see the exact place I was born." Genie says, "You might not want to do that." He said, "Yes, I do. Let's go." They are in space. Genie has the astronaut helmet on, and the guy is now floating lifeless. The genie says, "The Earth moves through space, so this is it." And oh, was that my last one? Oh, I think I got one more for you, Titi. The Darker Side of Science at Very Bad Yama posted, if Thanos snap killed 50% of all life, that means that survivors would have lost 50% of their gut biomes in an instant, and spent the next few months power blasting their bathrooms with diarrhea. In this essay, I will
Welcome to my TED Talk.
passing it off to you, Titi.
I had to explain to someone how that's technically inaccurate ones. All right.
I
We're gonna do,
His TED Talk.
I don't even want to know which part. I just want to savor that.
no problem. Hey, round 3. I knew Michael wasn't gonna be here, so this one's kind of long.
Oh.
Compared to the other ones. Okay. Kick it off with you should see what I don't post once again. Says, what do you think? And it's someone holding like this 2-3 foot long giant 2-colored gummy worm that kind of looks like something else.
Yeah.
And it says world's largest gummy worm, and just caption is gummy worm my ass.
All
right, moving on.
I like how that phrase could be like a noun.
Yeah, it's got a couple meanings.
Noun.
Hourly shit post, friend of the show, hourly shit post. Got a picture of a chicken crossing the road, and just a little voice bubble says, I got my reasons. Quit asking. Damn it, none of your business. All right, moving on. Cutest cat. Good Lord. Just it's a picture of a medical vet person holding this ginormous kitty, very large, fat, large kitty cat. And it says, snip, snip. His name is Muffin, and he won't be knocking up any pretty young things anymore. Thanks, Operation Catnip in Gainesville, Florida. And someone commented, what havoc was this cat wreaking on the streets to warrant a public announcement of his sterilization? Like, come on. Like, you are a menace if we got announced to the world. Like, hey, we got his nuts. All right, moving on.
That is a pretty big cat.
That's a huge cat. One of your little friends, I don't know you.
Oh.
It says, wait. Plans
Wait,
talk
at spooky_hoochie.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. I got spooky hoochie. Wait. Plans talk at ranges of 40 to 80 kilohertz. Dogs can hear up to 45 kilohertz, and cats 64. How noisy are their worlds? Can our little companions hear the plants? I'm not a scientist. I just smoke weed. Yes, it is I. I am actually Spooky Hoochie. All right, moving on.
That's awesome.
Pot smoking atheists who love dogs with a double team because they're reposting from our friend, our buddy. You know him, you love him, Satan.
Hail Satan.
It Satan has reposted a Google search, and it says, "Can we go to heaven with tattoos?" And then the answer is, people with tattoos will not go to heaven. People who drink alcohol will not go to heaven. People who eat too much pork will also not go to heaven. Short people will not go to heaven. And Satan asks, "What the fuck did short people do?" Other than the short thing, I already had 3 strikes on me, so fuck it.
Oh, well,
All right.
all the best bands are.
You're not short.
I said other than the short thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but I
Pot
thought you
smoking
were.
atheist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You also
next up,
you also eat shellfish, and I'll bet if you could, you'd get the shellfish drunk and then tattoo them and then eat them.
I could probably pull that off. Don't challenge me. Moving on. Don't underestimate my powers. Pot smoking atheists who love dogs once again. Repos from just total raging bitch of the show, Marjorie Taylor Greene. This dipshit says God created only 2 genders. Allison Mickle, I don't know you, but I like you. Allison Mickle says, wrong. God created 1 gender and a rib, but I wouldn't expect the rib to know that. That's a tight, clever joke. All right, moving on.
How do I send this to the whole state of Georgia?
Yes. Yes. Send to all. Ira David Wood III, I don't know you. Says, read the vowels in Celine Dion out loud. Thank you and you're welcome. Because if you read the vowels in Celine Dion, it's E-I-E-I-O.
Thank you.
Yeah, baby.
Very nice.
I love that. And I'm so glad that is actually a thing. All right, moving on.
Huh.
Right Wing Cope, I don't know you, but I like to cut your jib. It says Trump supporter spotted at a low testosterone treatment center, and yet here we are at the low T center, and a big ass Chevy pickup truck with a big old Trump 24 flag in the back window. Yeah, come on, dude, you're making it too easy on us.
Yeah. What do you need? You know, just that's what it is. There you go.
I mean, you're teeing it up, man. We're not even have to do anything anymore. All right, moving on. You're taking all the fun out of it. Shitpost Gateway, friend of the show, Shitpost Gateway. If you're not following Shitpost Gateway, then where you're getting your gateway for your shitpost. He just goes, you're welcome. Fuel, $4.15 a gallon. Full tank, $140. Drive off from gas station without paying. Court date 6 weeks later, an $80 fine. Savings, $60. Subscribe for more money saving tips.
Oh my God.
Moving on. Finally, this is the last one I got for the short round, or the one round 3, or whatever the hell.
Penultimate round.
Yeah, that one. Spill the memes. Friend of the show. Spill the memes. Don't do what I do, kids. It's got a father and a son sitting talking, and the son's like, "Dad, can you explain to me what a solar eclipse is?" And the dad just goes, "No, son." I hate it that Michael had to leave early.
I know.
That would have murdered him.
All of our fault.
He gives you that audio groan that you so desire.
I gotta start remembering to put those at the beginning of the show. All right, and that's all I got for round 3. Leaving only my post with the most.
I know.
Over to you, Mr. Sizemore.
It's very difficult to get all the triggering memes in for all of my co-hosts.
I know. I got to start loading top heavy.
Yeah, I know. This episode brought to you by 7 Deadly Sins. 7 Deadly Sins. How about jealousy? Hey, TD.
Heck yeah. I got I literally just bought a 20-pack of those the other day, so I'm stocked for like the next 2 days.
Could you just play along? Fuck.
Hey, look. Just because I make you hungry doesn't mean you're gonna win when you try to make it work on me. I literally just housed half a burrito while you guys were talking earlier.
Round 3, the penultimate round, brought to you by Pink Guillotines. Buy Pink Guillotine merch. Send us all your money at pinkguillotine.com for all your Pink Guillotine needs, such as an apron with a Pink Guillotine on it, or any of your corporate fleet guillotine rental needs. Really good with that. Your number 1 source. First up, the Resistance Garden has posted this little exchange. It says, wait, are American eggs just less safe? Here in Australia, eating batter is part of baking legit anything. Somebody else replies, if you haven't noticed, nothing in America is safe. Ah, there's police in your eggs, isn't there? Like, oh my God, to the rest of the world, exactly where we're at. Wish Michael was here, because here we have a photo of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell being personally blessed by the Pope. And Manic Eye says, well, great. Now people are going to associate the Catholic Church with pedophiles.
Man, I'd like to take a brief pause. Sizemore, you did affect me. I had to go and get a Christmas tree cake of my own. I hate you.
Woo!
So,
Rack that one up, point keeper, that we don't have. We'll count in post. Here, I just want to share this because it's freaking joyous, man. Friend of the show, Chloe May, has posted this little quote from Star Wars. It says, we are approaching the planet Yavin. The rebel base is on a moon on the far side. We are preparing to orbit the planet. The Death Star intercom in Star Wars. And then it cuts to this killer shot, you know, of one of the rebels, you know, and he's like looking out over this rainforest with a spaceship, and there's cool pyramids and stuff. And here's a picture of a dude standing at that same spot with the cool pyramids and everything right there. And this is in Tikal in Guatemala. And
cool.
I want to go. I want to see these pyramids. And I just thought that was a little bit of wholesomeness to just like let you know, hey, how cool is that? Here's a 4-panel cartoon from the Oatmeal, and it's entitled A Funeral for Voicemail. And we got a guy who's kind of choking up, standing over the grave. There's a gravestone, says, here lies voicemail. It says, let's be honest, we're all glad this thing is dead. Everybody hates voicemails. And we see from the ground, a hand comes through the soil, says, dead. I'm not dead. All the funeral goers are all terrified. They're all reaching back in shock. Says, I am reborn. And it's labeled audio message. Thriving motherfucker.
Good Lord.
Audio message. Yep. Back from the dead. Moving on. Casual Thursday at Casual Thursday, which is cool. He's got a little avatar of himself in a banana suit with a pair of glasses. So I, respect. Casual Thursday says, 10 years from now, you'll put on a jacket and you'll find a mask in the pocket and you'll think, oh man, what a weird year that was. And you'll chuckle to yourself. Then you'll pick up your machete and continue across the wasteland, keeping to the shadows to avoid the roving gangs of cannibal raiders. Little short story brought to us by T.O. Morgan, friend of the show. This portion of the show is brought to you by Patriots Read. Patriots Read. Patriots Read. This is also from Best and Worst of Twitter too. AJ Bodapati has reposted Mrs. G at Prague, and they have this news story from Pubbity, no clue. Says Indians now own more property in London than native white Britons. And Mrs. G has commented, who's colonized now, bitch? That's pretty funny. Anusha Al-Gamir says, as a Pakistani, let's go for the ancestors. Two more. Well, no, just one more. On this day, 3 years ago, November 23rd, 2021, my dear friend David King said, Kid Rock is an artist that stops at nothing and then stays there. That has been my penultimate round for Facebook for the Blind for November 26, 2024, leaving only my post with the most. TD, what you got?
Yeah, I guess I'll go first.
Isn't that right? Wait, no.
No, Brain.
Brain, what you got?
Oh, fuck. I forgot. I gotta be ready since Michael's not ready to go. All right. So my real post with the most was a post to my lovely wife, Diane, whose birthday was Friday. Happy birthday to her.
Happy birthday.
I get more reactions to my posts, appreciating her than any successful shows I do, anything I do.
It's a sign,
And I'm
buddy.
telling
It's a sign.
yeah, I got like 27 on one and 43 on the other one. That's exactly 70. That's one too many, people. That's one too many. So we're gonna switch to a different one that we posted, and it was a year ago in November. And this was a true story. She literally asked me. She said, "What's the name of that clown in The Simpsons again?" And I was like, "Oh, Sideshow Bob." And she was like, "Ah, yeah, Sideshow Surge. Look at his hair." She's talking about my son. His hair is all fucked up. And I was like, Sideshow Surge? I was like, lady, we live in Oakland. Don't call him Sideshow Surge. We're trying to teach this motherfucker how to drive. We don't want him to do a sideshow in the whip. Break dancing. Oh, I said break dancing. Anyways, that's my post with the most. Passing it off to you. What you got, TD?
Oh, well, let's find out because I don't remember.
Boom.
Oh yeah, this comes from friend of the show. You know him, you love him, our buddy Satan.
Hail Satan.
Thank you. And 7 KTVB television. And it's just got a picture of the Pope, Pope Francis, and it's got a quote that says, "Homosexual people have the right to be in a family. They are the children of God," Pope Francis said in one of his sit-down interviews for the film. And somebody's named Ashley Hutcherson said he's not a true Catholic. And Drew Livingston says, Ashley, he's literally the Pope.
Right.
He's kind of the boss Catholic.
It is so funny though. Everybody does that. No true Scotsman, you know. Well, they're not real. They're Republican in name only. They're Democrat in name only. You know, it's just like, oh, for Pete's sakes.
Yeah. And hey, that's my post with the most. Hi, go.
Beautiful. My post with the most. Salem for Congress has reposted this. It says Elon Musk gets a lot of hate, but it's not enough. We can do better.
Word.
I agree. And that was my post with the most, wrapping up the entire constitutional amendment and all the legal requirements vested in me by the state of Illinois and the internet to file as an LLC for Facebook for the Blind for November 26th. Thanks for listening to an episode of Facebook for the Blind. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Perfect.